All right, my name is Todd from Go2 Cards. Excited to be with you today. Today I'm going to be talking to you about 5 cards that I think you should be buying right now. Basically, being up here at the cabin, had some time to think about cards that I think, maybe we should be giving a little more consideration to. And these are 5 cards that have been kind of on my mind over the last couple days. Cards that I'm looking at considering buying, given the state of where Yu-Gi-Oh! Is right now, but also looking at where it's going to be in the next several sets when these sets release. So that's what we're looking at today. 5 cards that you should be buying. Now, before I jump into that, if you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. We're right under 450 subscribers, so let's go. Let's get up there over 450. Hit that like button. It helps us out tremendously. And there is a giveaway going on, not on this video, but on the last video I did. If you are subscribed to the channel and you leave a comment letting me know which of those Korean cards from the Rarity collection that you're most interested in having, if you win the giveaway, that's the one you're going to get. And we're giving away 4 different cards. So 4 different people are going to win the giveaway. So consider that. Don't forget about that. We're going to reveal the winner on tomorrow's video. Let me jump right in. Look at these cards because I got to do shorter videos up here because uploading takes a little bit of time. All right. So I'm looking at some cards right now and I'm going to bring them up because I think, you all should not be surprised. Yeah, this is the thumbnail card. This is the card that I've talked about it several times, and every time I talk about this card, I do so in the sense of, I don't know what to do with this card. I haven't quite figured this card out yet. I don't know if this card's going to go up or go down. I don't know if it's a good value. And every time I do, I have so many people running to the defense or to the rescue of this card because so many people believe in this card because it is a very good card. Particularly if you're playing Synchro and, probably Dragon decks. This is a very good card. There are a lot of Synchro Dragon decks. There's going to be a lot more running around very soon. So I can definitely see this card seeing real play. People are going to break this card open, and it is all the way down to like $5. This is TCG Direct right here, which has it at try and get the mouse over, which has it at $5.40. They're actually kind of the lowest. $5.50 for this card. I don't know if you remember, but this card, I was pre-selling this card for $35. So for this card to be at $5.50, this is probably the floor of this card. If you wanted this card, now is the time to go in. And I can definitely see this card going up to $10, $12, maybe even $15. It's a very good card. You should get it now while it is pretty low. So that's the first card I wanted to talk about. And along the same lines, Jet Synchron is just criminally cheap, about the same price, $5 for the super rare. This is the highest rarity of this card that I know of, I think. 2 commons and a super rare out of a structure deck. It's $5. I think you could probably even get it less. Let me look. Yeah, you can pick this card up for about $4.50. This is just a great staple synchro card. And part of what I wanted to bring up today is it's not just the synchro-based format that we're moving into. In the sets that are going to be coming out in the future, what you're going to see is a lot of fire decks. So if you're looking at a lot of fire decks in a synchro-based kind of format, any card that is fire synchro is is pretty nice. And Jet Synchron is fire synchro. So it's a great card right now. It's a card I think that you should be looking at buying, particularly if you're looking at using this card, because there's a real chance that the card's going to go up. This is the only holo printing of the card. I would get it right now and be done with it. Another card I want to talk about that is way cheaper than the cards I have been talking about is right here, Triedge Master. I've talked about this before, but most of the times I've talked about it is in regard to the quarter century rare printing, which it does have the quarter century rare printing, but it just recently got bought out. Now it's up to about $85. I want this card in quarter century rare. I'm not willing to pay $85, and you shouldn't be either. But it does have a beautiful secret rare printing as well, which is coming in around 50 cents. So I don't know, $80 or 50 cents for, both cards are beautiful. This card will do the job until that quarter century comes back down, and then buy the quarter century if you really want it. But $80 is ridiculous when you can pick the card up for 45 cents. It's a very good card. I believe this card is going to replace Stardust Charge Warrior as the staple in the meta. It is better in certain decks depending on what kind of deck you run. But I think this is a very good card that if you don't have access to it, get it for 50 cents. Have people throw it in for a trade. Like, you're doing a trade, you're not quite there, just throw this card in. Or you're on TCG Player, you're trying to get past the shipping, you need to get up to that $5 mark, throw this card in. It's a great card to have. It really is. I don't want to talk about that card quite yet. Another card that I haven't really heard anybody talking about is the Viner of the Herald. This is a 2. I'm currently playtesting this in Manadium to see if it works, because it's a tuner, it's a level 2. It seems to kind of work with my deck a little bit. So, I'm kind of playtesting it. I think this is, anytime you're in the synchro format, I think this is a card that we should be looking at. I'm very interested in this card. Now, it is a little more money. I have my playset because I kept them from the tins. But it only has 2 printings. One from Lightning Overdrive, which nobody's buying that set and opening it up. And one from the tins. So both are sitting around $7, $8. But you can see here from the chart that it is pretty much at its low point. Now, I know that it was a little bit lower, $6.20. But this is pretty low for this card. I remember when this card was like $80 because my son wanted to play Drytron, and this was the barrier to Drytron. This was the gatekeeper card that made it so that if you didn't have the money to buy this card, you really couldn't play Drytron. So I remember when this card was a lot of money. $7, $8 is a steal on this card. I think you should be considering this card. And the last card I want to talk about just briefly is Sky Striker Ace. I can never say the name of this card. Azaria, something like that. This is not just the Sky Striker card. That's the main thing I want to bring up. There's a reason why this card spiked in price, and that new alternate art of Engage did not go up, is because this is not just Sky Striker support. This is generic. It's a generic Link 2 that's very good. I think of it in terms of Dark the Charmer as, kind of very similar. That's not just a Charmer card. It's a very good card that can be played in a variety of decks. This is the same thing. It's a level 2. It's a very good level 2. There's a reason it spiked up. It is starting to come back down, But I don't know that it's going to come back down a whole lot further. And if people start using this card, it will spike up. This is not the ceiling of this card. That's the main point I wanted to bring out. It can go higher. These are the 5 cards that I'm looking at. They have a lot to do with synchro strategies and fire decks. And I think that that is something that we should be aware of what we're moving into. There's a lot of fire decks that are going to be getting support running around out there. You think of like Infernoble, the dinosaur fire guys. I forget what they're called. Evolvsor, something like that. Volcanic, Salamangreat. There's a lot of really good fire decks that are getting support. Be aware of that. Fire is hot right now. They're announcing new archetypes that are fire-based. I think they just announced the reptile one. So be aware, fire's hot, synchros are hot. That's where you should be aiming your money, because that's what's going to start hitting as these new sets come out. My name is Todd from Go2 Cards. Again, hit that subscribe button. Would love for you to be a part of the channel, and I am out of here.